So I'll open it.
That sounds good.
Is Tim gonna be here?
I have no idea.
You are now live on Channel 8 and YouTube.
All right, thank you, Hannah. I am going to open this September 19th, 2023 meeting of the Capital Improvements Committee of the Town of Templeton. The time is 4 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Thank you for that. Let me state for the record that we do have a quorum in the room with myself, Justice Graves, Noel Francis, Cheryl Richardson, and then we have our ex officio member, Holly Young. On the agenda for this evening, we will start with the organization of officers. Do I have any nominations?
I'll nominate you, Justice, if you want to be chair.
I will do it. I will accept nomination. Does anyone want to second that nomination or?
I'll second it.
Scott, you'll second it. Okay. Is there any discussion? No? Do we want to go for a vote? Okay, Mr. Francis,
Yes.
Cheryl,
Yes.
and I'll vote yes as well. So that is unanimous. I am the chairman. All right, so the next slate of offices, do we want to elect a clerk?
Who served as clerk last year?
I did. I've been serving as clerk for the past few years. If we don't, I will do the minutes. Do you want to do it, Mr. Francis? Okay, I'm gonna nominate Mr. Francis to be clerk of the committee for this fiscal year.
I second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the nomination? Going once, twice, 3 times. Seeing no discussion, I'll go for the vote. Mr. Francis?
Yes.
Cheryl?
Yes.
And I'll vote yes as well. That was unanimous. Okay, so due to a sort of miscommunication, we do not have any minutes that we need to approve tonight. So that is something that we can go past. The capital forms. Has everyone had a chance to look at the capital forms? I know that we have a new cover sheet this year. I recognize
Oh, I
that.
see that.
So that's a new form that Adam had gotten from the state.
Okay,
And it seems excellent. I wanted to see if everybody wanted to use that instead of the other two. Or if there's some, and the other, not the other two, the other form, which is very lengthy.
yeah.
Or if we could edit this to be a little better, but I just feel like it's a cleaner look and
What is this replacing
Simpler.
A?
well,
Is this replacing A, the
it's
form A?
replacing all of it.
All of it? Okay.
I mean, we could keep those instructions at the back. Or
Yeah,
just send them separately. But the other one is just cumbersome.
yeah, definitely. So it's just that one sheet. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It'd be easier for them as well.
I think so too. On the other ones, we get them and there's a few things filled out and the rest is just empty.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, that is true. There is a lot of empty space that we've seen.
I mean, as long as it covers everything we need.
Right. I was gonna say, because it's got the priority from the departments, project total, if they want to break it out by year that they're requesting. Type of discounts.
I would move to accept the forms as presented.
All right, I'll accept that motion. Do we have a second?
I'd second that.
All right, we have the motion and second. The only thing I would add is, yeah, I think that we should go with the slimmer form, and just include.
Yeah, the directions go with,
Right, they go with
That other
each
form.
form.
Yeah, they'd have to just be, we'll have to
I don't think it
modify
needs
those, right? I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but
Yeah, if we could just update the instructions, I think Form A's instructions are actually the closest to that new form, so why don't we just update the instructions for Form A just to outline that? Most of them are pretty much one-to-one
mhm.
that form, so that would probably just be the easiest for us to do.
Okay.
I would amend my motion to reflect that.
Okay, I will accept that. Do we have a second?
Second,
Second, all right. All right, for the motion to, does anyone have any more discussion or?
No.
All right. Hearing no further discussion on the amended motion to approve the new capital form and for there to be the modified instruction sheet with it. How do you vote, Mr. Francis?
Yes.
Cheryl?
yes,
And I vote yes as well. That was unanimous. All right. The countdown calendar. Oh, there. I see it. Okay.
yeah, it's behind that last one.
Yeah, it's right at the end.
School department.
I will not be here, but.
What about the school department? Do you see?
Are they making a presentation?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
No.
I know last year they did. On the countdown calendar, just because I know that last year we had talked that the school committee did present that capital item. I don't know if we want to tentatively put them in for the November 7th meeting and see if they want to review, if they have anything, just reach
Okay.
out to them, just so that we cover our bases. Good catch, Mr. Francis.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And yeah, so for the November 7th meeting, then we'll just kind of start that in.
Do we have, doesn't water have to come for something?
They do. In fact, I thought I had put them on there. So if, when and if there's a motion to approve this.
Yeah.
If we could just leave it open for me to move around the departments between
Okay.
those three meetings as they
Okay.
can attend.
Yeah, no, that would be fine. Does anyone have any input or is everyone okay with
I
that?
don't have any problem with that.
I have no problem. with
You have no
that.
problem with that?
And
Okay.
we do have a representative from the light department here who wish to speak.
I mean, looking at the agenda, I mean, what does he wish to speak about?
They don't necessarily need to speak, I was just curious on the calendar.
So they need to be on.
What do you mean talking about the ARPA funding? Like, are you talking about a definitive spending plan? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
So this committee makes recommendations. I mean, if you have a project that you want to present, I would present it on the date that you work out with Holly and the dates that'll work out. But in terms of ARPA funding, I mean, sometimes this committee has made recommendations, but ultimately ARPA funding is under the jurisdiction of the select board, whether to utilize that or not. That'll be something that'll probably come up, whether we want to make a recommendation on that this year, but there isn't like a set meeting for discussing ARPA funds for us.
To help you out, we are a recommending body.
Okay,
Apply, and already would get voted on that select.
okay. Was it ever presented here?
It's, oh, no, it's not quite.
It was not in front of us. Okay, then that should be done. We would have to have that presented at one of our department review meetings then, if it hasn't been presented as a capital project. Okay, so
Is there room to add another meeting if necessary to get light and water in if necessary?
We could, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna probably have to move some of them around depending on their schedules and how they'll fit.
Right,
We are gonna have a hard stop at 6 o'clock most nights because there'll be a night meeting.
okay,
But the develop recommendations and the finalized recommendations, we would have some time in that November 21st, develop recommendations meeting. And I think we did that last year.
To have someone else
To
come
have
in
someone come in
before
if they
we,
need to.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember that. Yeah,
okay,
so we can do that. So yeah, on that, yeah. Yeah, if we need to have additional reviews on the development recommendations meeting, that's fine. Is there any more discussion on the countdown calendar? Anything we can think of? No.
Yeah, once it's approved, and I have it.
Yeah, we usually include that with the memo that we send out what the dates are for different things.
Yeah.
Which will be the next item. So yeah. So hearing that, does anyone, I would entertain a motion to approve the countdown calendar as presented, allowing the assistant town administrator to schedule the department heads for department reviews within that calendar.
So moved.
All right. Oh, did you second it? All right. We have motion to second. Do we have any discussion? Hearing none, I'll go for the vote. Cheryl,
yes,
Noel,
Yes.
and I vote yes as well. That was unanimous. Okay. Now we're going to the memo. Has everyone had a chance to review the memo? Does anyone have any comments or concerns about the memo?
no,
Is this similar to last year's? It looks similar.
Yeah,
to
this
last
is
year's.
similar, just a few graphical changes from what I've noticed, but this is pretty much the exact same formatting and the exact same way that we've done in the past. Am I correct, Holly?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And I guess my other question would be, this is really directed at you three because you are in the town. This
Right.
building every day. Were there any department heads that you're aware of who had problems with this, the format, the forms from last year?
No, not specifically.
I don't
You-
think mostly the members of the department heads in the building don't really present. Carol comes like
Right.
once every 5 or 6 years for her booths. Luann was like once every
Right.
5 or 10 years for her vision thing. I mean,
And Lori is just.
I
last year
don't-
for the
right.
software.
yeah. So we don't really, we're not here every year like police, fired.
Right.
I do think in general, I've heard comments over the last couple of years that the forms are huge and long, so having this simpler form, I think will make
Yeah.
it easier for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
That's my only question, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, no problem. I think that the memo looks good. I would move to approve the memo as presented.
Are you looking for a motion?
No, I'm gonna make the motion on that one. So I'll move to approve the memo as presented. Does anyone want to second that?
Second,
All right, second. Does anyone want to discuss that further?
No.
No? All right, hearing no discussion, we'll go to the vote. Cheryl,
yes,
Noel,
Yes.
and I vote yes as well. That was unanimous. Okay. All right, with that, there's no other business on our agenda. Is there anything else that we need to know before we start the countdown this year, or are we good? Think we've covered everything?
Yep.
All right, with that, I will entertain.
I'm okay.
You're okay?
good.
All right.
So,
Okay.
Okay.
ready.
All right, with that being said, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, I have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
second,
All right, moved and seconded. On the vote to adjourn, how would you vote? No.
Yes.
Cheryl,
yes.
I vote yes as well.